genetic condition that I've had all my life. It's something I was born with.
We've both been drinking and crashed his car. I was driving. The roof of the car came down on my neck and broke my neck.
I was run off the road and down a 60-foot embankment, and I broke my back in 3 places and my pelvis in 2.
They removed Terry's feeding tube. Subsequent to that, over a period of almost 14 days, she died by dehydration and starvation.
He died at home and died in my arms, and had an incredible impact on teaching me palliative care.
There were a number of hospitalizations, there were a number of surgeries and other medical interventions, all of which were painful and risky. He's got long weekends, so then we'll just fly him back. And for my parents, there were tough decisions to be made about whether I would have these treatments. And I'm sure even some of their own friends were wondering why they would subject this child to these kinds of treatments. Why they wouldn't just take me home and let me live out my days.
I had had laminectomies and denervations. Just nothing seemed to work, and they said the last resort would be a pain pump. And it pumps constantly into my spinal canal, as well as I require other drugs for the pain between my shoulder blades and sleeping and muscle spasms and so on.
When Terry collapsed that early morning on Saturday, she had lost several minutes of oxygen to her brain, and that caused her to suffer a severe brain injury.
I lost complete movement and feeling of my body from about my chest down to my toes. So I don't move or feel anything, so I'm classified as a quadriplegic. I can't move my fingers as individuals. I have limited feeling on the back side of my arms. I'm able to move my wrist, and with that wrist, I'm able to do a lot of things. In this hand, I can't even do that. And so this, I'm pretty disabled.
If you had to move into it, you would find ways of accommodating that move. You would find extremely rich surprises that you're not able to perceive from the outside. Of course, you'd find losses, but there are losses in your own life. They don't destroy what's worth living about your own life. That's what life is. It's a series of losing and finding and losing and finding. And there's no need for that process to be interrupted when we're in the midst of the lost cycle, because we never get to the found cycle.
Harry, can you look at me?
Nobody would choose to live as someone who is disabled, but what is frightening me and our family is how we're taking this leap from not wanting to live in a certain condition to, okay, let's do everything we can to kill this person.